But there is one person who is going to be able to weigh in on this, and that is Frank Luntz, who is with the focus group in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're going to ask them the same question. Over to you, Frank.
So I want you to show the American people who won this debate. Who had the biggest impact on your vote? How many of you say Donald Trump? Raise your hands. 2, 4, 5 of you. How many of you say Hillary Clinton? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of you. So she comes out the clear winner. We're here at the National Constitution Center. I mean, this is the home of democracy. You look at the paintings that are around us. We're surrounded by some of the great people, Alexander Hamilton and James Madison. Do these candidates measure up? Do you feel better? No? Why are you laughing? What do you want?
I'd like competency and a track record of success.
And you didn't feel you got it?
Not in one person.
Is that hard of a decision because they were so great? We're on the exact opposite end of the spectrum here. It's that hard of a decision because they're that terrible.
It didn't make you feel any better, this whole conversation?
No.
Oh, yeah, I felt a little better.
Why'd you feel better?
Because she did come through as being comfortable and presidential. She really looked calm.
She was comfortable.
That's never been in question for me. She is an amazing politician. That doesn't mean she's going to be a good president.
She was confident. She was well spoken. I don't believe her any more than I did before.
I felt better about Hillary. I was taken by how hawkish. I never realized how hawkish Hillary is. So on defense, I didn't feel that there was really much of a difference. I felt that Hillary was a very aggressive on national defense.
So people want to know, a 16-5 margin is a big margin. It's bigger than almost any debate I've done in a long time. Where did she do so well, or why didn't Trump do so well? Somebody. Yes.
He went off message. Recently, he's been very good with his speeches and his appearances where he has stayed on message, no personal attacks, just sold himself and his plan instead of attacking.
And
tonight he went back to attack.
Go ahead.
Trump impacted my vote in favor of Hillary because he was completely offensive. He lost me on the racial unity, and that's where I draw the line.
I think he stumbled really big time on that one as well.
Big stumble, yes.
He made inner cities seem like you're literally going to die as soon as you step outside. And that's just not true. And crime has gone down, regardless of what he thinks.
And he kept trying to get back to President Obama. It's not about President Obama. He's going to be out of office soon. It's about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. It's not about President Obama.
Well, it is to a degree because Hillary does support his platforms and everything like that.
And she was part of the administration.
She is part of that. So yes, it does refer back to Obama.
I think that she at least made an attempt. She was prepared. She made an attempt to explain some of the things that she wants to put into, and put into effect. But Donald Trump was more interested in just digging into her and just tearing her down and just being. I was really surprised. I was really hoping to see a different Donald Trump tonight.
Was Trump too defensive?
Yes.
Yes. You guys agree with that?
He missed landing a couple of punches. He could have hit her harder on Benghazi. He kind of skipped over that because he distracted himself, and he missed hitting her on her clean energy. She made a horrible comment recently in West Virginia about shutting down coal operations, and he totally gave her a pass on that.
That's the moderator's fault.
I think when I was one of the ones that said that Trump impacted me, and I think in the way that the impact was he had some legitimate criticism of Clinton and her past performance, but I don't know that he has the solutions and the way to handle it.
Yeah, exactly. He's happy to criticize, but he has no solution.
Yes.
When he would make a salient point, he neglected to follow it up with actual facts. He tended to drift back to talking about himself, and that lost me.
She did that intentionally. She put little nuggets out there. She would take a shot at the business. The loan from the dad, he jumped all over that. Don't tell him he took a $14 million loan.
It's his job to stay on message.
So you're a teacher, correct?
Yes.
You're a middle school teacher.
Yes.
Donald Trump is standing where I am right now. What do you tell him?
I tell him to answer the question that is asked of him and then stop talking.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
So I don't know how to go beyond that. That's pretty good. We're going to do 2 final comments in the back.
I disagree. These answers were limited to 2 minutes. They should have been able to go on for much, much longer. They weren't given the opportunity to get in any sort of depth. talk about any
minutes,
sort of
and that's not enough
complexity.
depth.
I don't
We really didn't hear anything new.
That's what our democracy demands.
The problem I have with these candidates is that neither of them is offering the solutions that I want. I want government to get out of my life, and I want them to just leave me alone. And I think that both of them are, kind of going on the same track here. And that's what bothers me about both of them.
Final question. Who has moved closer to making a decision? Raise your hands. Very quickly, keep your hands up. Who'd you move towards?
Clinton.
Clinton.
Donald Trump.
Clinton.
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 Trump.
Clinton.
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 If I had a vote today, it'd be Clinton, but I'm going to watch 2 more debates.
This is a good night for Hillary Clinton. It is not a good night for Donald Trump, but there is still time and there are still undecided voters. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Frank Luntz and the polling group there. It was fascinating to hear the remarks on exactly how they took the issues. I want to bring in back our